Good morning, team. Thank you for jumping on my 271st episode of my Monday Morning Pep Talk. And today we're going to be diving into one of the most crucial yet misunderstood dynamics in high performance real estate, and that's the relationship between vision and ego. Your vision is the long term promise you've made to yourself. Who do you want to become? The life you want to live, the impact you want to have. Your ego, on the other hand, is the external driver, rankings, recognition, competition, all of that fuels your ambition. The challenge, when ego takes over, you can lose sight of your true purpose. When vision lacks that competitive edge, you might struggle to take action. I've lived both sides of this battle all the way back to my real estate heart attack in 2008 to rebuilding my business and ultimately redefining what success looks like for me. And today I'll share how to strike the right balance, turning your ego into fuel rather than a distraction, and ensure that every step you take aligns with your biggest purpose. This episode is about you versus you, because in the end, that's the only battle that really matters. But before I jump into today's call, I want to remind you of my professional purpose, and that is to help you, the full service, full fee advisor, optimize your productivity and help you become the best version of you. Why? Because happy advisors sell more real estate. And I do that by teaching you how to handle challenges and opportunities you face every single day. I know that when you can effectively manage those situations that do arise on a daily basis in your business, you will be more productive and you will live a life that reflects the best version of you. And my ask today is that you sit here and listen as if you are in my office on a one on one coaching session, or maybe we're on the phone, but listen in the vein of you being one on one and us being together. Um, I want to go a little bit into my story here. In 17 years ago, in February of 2008, I woke up to the realization that I was in the financial fight of my life. The adrenaline was pumping, there were tears on my pillow, and my mind was racing. I had just had what I now call my real estate heart attack. My business, heavy reliant on new construction development, had collapsed literally overnight. The 1.5 million commissions I had under contract, I had banked on, and they evaporated in 3 months. I was staring down a financial abyss with no true clear way out. That morning, standing in my house that I had built for my family, I realized something profound. The only person who could turn this around was me, and it was me versus me. In that moment, I had to make a choice. Do I get out of the business? Do I look for another career? With job losses mounting nationwide, that was not an option. And I knew I had to figure out how to make real estate work for me and my family. But the real problem, I didn't know how. That morning, I scheduled a meeting with a friend and colleague who was having success in this market at the time. And at that meeting, I asked a simple question, but desperate question. What should I do right now? And the answer changed everything. He said, you need to work your SOI. Your clients need you. At the time, I had no idea what SOI meant, but I quickly learned after a meeting with my best friend, Google, it meant sphere of influence. That revelation was a lifeline. I became obsessed with learning, building relationships, and doing whatever it would take to rebuild my career. I stopped worrying about the market, about other brokers, about outside noise. The only competition was me versus me. Years later, after fighting my way back, I came to understand something deeper. The real battle wasn't just me versus me, it was a battle between vision versus ego. I define vision as the promises you make to yourself, your long-term purpose, who you want to become, and the life you want to live. Ego, again, on the other hand, is that external driver that motivates you. All those scoreboards, the recognition, and the competition. Ego is not inherently bad. In fact, if you want to be an elite level producer, you need some ego. It's the fuel that pushes you forward. But ego without vision is a dangerous trap. It's what drives someone to build a multi-million dollar business only to feel completely lost a month after selling it. Without vision, success becomes empty. On the flip side, vision without ego can leave you uninspired, lacking the external push to get you up every morning and do the work. The key is balance, understanding the symbiotic relationship between vision and ego and using them both to your advantage. So, here are some of the common ego-driven thoughts I've seen in I've seen in our industry. I need to be number 1 on the leaderboard to feel successful. I must be the top advisor in my market before I can focus on other things. I have to beat a specific competitor or my year is a failure. I need to prove something to someone, family, friends, an old rival. I have to keep up with the Joneses. Or I need to show that I can still dominate at my age. I have to make a comeback to prove people wrong. All of my friends from college have made it and I need to stay ahead. Because of my upbringing, I need to prove I have what it takes. I'll just grind because that's what I do. I don't need all this vision stuff. If these are your primary motivators, a reckoning could well be coming. At some point, you'll wake up feeling empty, searching for answers. I know because I've lived every one of these thoughts at some point in my career. The moment everything changed for me was when I stopped letting ego drive my actions and instead used it as fuel to meet my vision. I realized that if I stayed patient and played the long game, all the respect and recognition would naturally follow. The question is, will you celebrate if you achieve your goal? If the answer is no, then you're chasing an empty scoreboard. But if your vision aligns with who you truly want to become, then every win will feel meaningful. When I started coaching, teaching, and mentoring others, I mobilized something powerful. The true battle isn't against the market, the economy, or the competition. I learned to teach where it became you versus you. I started to ask others the same questions I had learned to ask myself. Are you committed to putting on the blinders and focusing on your progress, or are you distracted by what others are doing? Are you willing to take yourself on every single day, or are you looking for excuses? Are you surrounding yourself with the right people who push you towards your vision, or are you consumed by comparison and negativity? The universal law of cause and effect states that for every effect, there is a cause. Your thoughts, your behaviors, and actions shape the life you live. So the question becomes, what do you wake up thinking about every morning? If it's external validation, you're playing a losing game. But if it's about you becoming the highest version of yourself, then you are on the right path. When I teach and coach advisors, my mission is to provide the how. That's why I created Take Flight, the strategies, tactics, and mindset shifts to help you win. But the commitment has to come from you. If you don't commit to making you the competition, you will eventually face your own real estate heart attack. It happens to the best of us. The key is being prepared to weather the storm. The battle is won between your ears. It's a fight that lasts years, not weeks. But when you make the decision to compete against yourself, to push past your own doubts, your own limitations, and your own distractions, your business and life will transform. Not if, but when. As you navigate your own journey, remember that others around you are also fighting their battles. We're in the midst of award season in the real estate industry, a time when recognition is given, achievements are celebrated, and rankings are posted. While it's important to celebrate your own growth, it's equally important to support those who are still working through their challenges. Your experience, your knowledge, and your lessons learned can be a guiding light to someone else. Be the mentor, the encourager, the inspiration, because success isn't just about winning your battle, it's about helping others win theirs too. On that note, something truly special is happening at Jameson Sotheby's International Realty. On the same week, we come together to celebrate our company's and our advisors' achievements. 50 of our advisors will be starting their journey with Take Flight, the coaching program I created to provide the how for those ready to reach new heights. It's a powerful reminder that personal and professional growth is a continuous journey, and there's no better time than now to commit to your next level. That house that I stood in that morning in 2008, I thought I had built that house, but looking back, now I know how much I learned during those years, and I see the truth. That house actually built me. Team, have a great week. I'll talk to you next week.